Welcome to Knowledge Chronicle. Hi guys, I'm Azhar Naila Nismara and with me are Yahya, Ikra, and Devaldium. This podcast is here to provide information, inspirations, and entertainment in each episode. We will discuss various interesting topics that might provide new insights for you. But before we get started, why don't we talk a little bit what the goal of this podcast is?
Of course, and I am always interested in sharing my knowledge and experience at behavioristic methods with others. This podcast is the perfect outlet for that.
I myself have a love for learning about learning theories, and I believe that through this podcast, we can prove an in-depth experience of learning while creating a mutually supportive community.
So, if you're a new listener, welcome to the Knowledge Chronicle family. We hope you will find each episode useful and entertaining. So, without further ado, let's start the first episode of Knowledge Chronicle. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on social media to stay updated with the latest episodes. Okay, the first question is what is the behavioristic method?
The behavioristic method refers to the approach in psychology that focuses on observable behaviors rather than internal mental process. This approach originates originated from the behaviorist school of thought, which gained prominence in the early 10th century, particularly through the work of psychologists such as John B. Watson and B. F. Skinner. Key principles of the behavioristic method include: number one, observable behavior. Behaviorists believe that only observable behaviors should be studied, as this can be measured and analyzed objectively. Number two, stimulus-response association. Behaviorists emphasize the importance of understanding how external stimuli elicit specific response. They view learning as the establishment of association between stimuli and response through experiences and reinforcement. And conditioning, behaviorists introduced the concept of classical conditioning, Pavlov, and operant conditioning, Skinner, to explain how behaviors are learned through association and consequences. Next,
Before asking permission, I will continue the statement made by Yahya. Point four, environmental influence. According to behaviorism, behavior is shaped by the environment. Individuals learn from their interaction with the environment, and behaviorists often disregard innate factors or internal mental states. 5.5 Empirical research behaviorism relies heavily on empirical research and experimental methods. Experiments are designed to observe and measure behavior under control conditions, allowing for the identification of patterns and general principles.
Oh, okay. So, what is the aim of the behavioristic learning?
The goal of behavioristic teacher method is manipulate the environment of subject, a human or animal, in an effort to change the subject observed behavior. From a behavioristic perspective, learning is defined entirely by this change in the subject observable behavior.
Okay, and what are the disadvantage and advantage of this behavioristic theory?
First of all, thank you, moderator. Please allow me to answer. Advantage. Point one, easy to understand and apply. Point two, useful in practical situation. Point three, helps in behavior modification. Point four, agents teaching learning process. Point five, predict human behavior accurately. And disadvantage, point one, ignores individuals' internal thoughts. Point two, overemphasis observable behavior. Point three, neglect emotional and mental process. Point four, does not explain all types of learning. Point five, simplifies human behavior.
Okay, after knowing the advantage and disadvantage of this method, as a teacher, do you still want to apply this method?
I cannot confirm the effectiveness of this theory because not all students are suitable to the talk with this theory. The best things I can do as a teacher is understand its students' character so that I can understand what theory is suitable to be applied to each child. This theory is very effective when applied to the right individual. So as a teacher, I will apply humanistic theory which will be combined with other theories to make it more relevant to each student and increase the effectiveness of the learning session so that students gain more than one or two competencies.
Okay, uh, thank you for the speaker for coming to the first episode of this podcast, and thank you for watching. Have a great day, everyone.